So is the governor of Tamil Nadu now overstepping? Are we heading for another confrontation, this time in Tamil Nadu, a constitutional breakdown? Joining me now, Vinod Selvam, is State Secretary, BJP Tamil Nadu, A. Sarvanan, DMK spokesperson. Appreciate your joining us. Mr. Sarvanan, are we heading for a constitutional crisis in your view? Is this heading towards that direction? Governor versus Chief Minister, can they not talk to each other?
Yeah, see, that is the idea of the BJP, to create a constitutional crisis, because Tamil Nadu is a better performing state and the Chief Minister is much beloved in the state and he is the bulwark of the opposition against the BJP. So this is irking the BJP, and that is why they are using the office of the governor to scuttle the smooth functioning and effective functioning of the state government. It is unprecedented. This has never happened in the history of the state of Tamil Nadu, that a governor is omitting to read what the state government had given. He has forgotten his constitutional obligations. Earlier, he kicked up a controversy that it is inappropriate to use the word Tamil Nadu. That is there in the constitution. That is the constitutional name. And this is how the governor is behaving.
Let me bring in Vinod Selvam. These are very serious accusations that have been made, that the governor is acting on behest of the BJP to undermine the state government. He even wants the name of the state to be changed. He wants to edit the speech, which he is not allowed to under the rules. Here is the governor. In no other state assembly will a governor edit out a speech and remove the word of the state which he is the governor of.
Rajdeep, Mr. Rajiv, we need to understand one thing. The governor is the governor and not the spokesperson of the DMK. He is not in the assembly to read out a word of praise to the chief minister and lie about things which is not being happening in the state. You cannot expect him to come out and say Tamil Nadu is being a land of peace and prosperity, when we know that there have been at least 25 petrol bombs hurled ever since the PFI has been banned, or even latest, like last week, even your television channel had played a video of a lady police officer being heckled and harassed by DMK men. So when the situation is so bad, and under
the rules, I've checked the rules. Under the rules, the governor is not entitled to read out his own speech in the assembly.
Under the rules, Sir, under the rule, there is no obligation that he has to verbatim read out what the government is giving. The government, if it gives a government's report, it's fine. But then when you're giving a report, you want the governor to speak like a DMK spokesperson, like a DMK man. And he is not willing to do that. See, the BJP has been
do you approve of him, Mr. Vinod Selvam,
to become governors
sir,
of
do you approve, Mr. Vinod Selvam, of the governor saying, I don't want the word Tamil Nadu to be used? Do you approve of him saying that I don't approve of the word Tamil Nadu to be used? Do you approve that he wants the name of your state to be changed?
He never said that. There's a difference. There is a difference. There is a difference. If you look at Tamil literature, if you look at Tamil literature, both the words Tamil Nadu and Tamilagam have been repeated several times. And the governor never said not use the word Tamil Nadu. He said it will be nice if you use the word Tamilagam. There's always difference. If you want, take the suggestion. If you don't want, don't take the suggestion. It was a mere suggestion made by the governor. But today, the DMK, using its diversional tactics, wants to make an issue out of everything. When the governor was reading out what the state government had given, why did the opposition parties, especially the alliance parties of DMK, create a ruckus in the assembly today? So was it a ruckus against the state government, or was it a ruckus against the governor?
But
this was all an orchestrated plan.
The fact
it was orchestrated by the DMK, and
why is it that in state after state, that BJP appointed governors are now in a tug of war with the elected state government? In Delhi, it's your Lieutenant Governor with Arvind Kejriwal. In Kerala, it's Arif Mohammad Khan versus Pinarayi Vijayan. We've seen it in Telangana, Tamil Sundaram versus KCR. We've seen it with Jagdeep Dhankar in Bengal with Mamata Banerjee. Are you using the governor's office to undermine a state chief minister?
Sir, the case of Sri Jagdeep Dhankar is a very clear-cut example as to how this is just, a ploy by the state governments, especially the opposition parties, because they are in a position where they cannot blame the central government on issues. So now they've started to pick on the governors of the states. Now, Ms. Mamata Banerjee was the first person to come out and give her support to the vice presidential candidate when Sri Dhankar was being nominated as the NDA candidate. She was the first person to come and say, we will voice our support to
No,
Dhankar.
she did not.
So
She stayed neutral. She stayed neutral. Let me give a
ploy.
Okay, you're saying it's a ploy. By the way, she did not support Mr. Dhankar. She stayed neutral. But I want to bring you in, Mr. Saravanan. The fact is, there needs to be a clear division of powers. The governor is entitled under the constitution to send messages to the state. No, he is entitled to send messages to the state government if he believes that the state government is acting in an unconstitutional manner. Now, the DMK government seems to believe that the governor is an agent of the center and you are unwilling to work with him. There needs to be an attempt made to at least bridge the trust deficit. Why doesn't the chief minister go and try and reach out to the governor and resolve this?
Yeah. See, Rajdeep, it is not as if the chief minister has not extended an olive branch earlier. He was very courteous to the governor. But did the governor return the favor? Not at all. And look at the way the RSS-trained politicians are speaking, making a mockery of the constitution. He says the governor is not expected to speak like a spokesperson of the DMK party. Sir, respectfully, the constitution says the governor does not have any other obligation. He has to read out. It is not the report, it is not the manifesto of the DMK party. It is the report, the address of the elected state government, which is reflecting the will of the people. This is how they throw away the will of the people. They have scant respect. These RSS-trained politicians have scant respect for the will of the people. It is their way or nothing else. This is how they operate. And when you are also speaking about the messages sent by the governor under Article 175, the Supreme Court is very, very clear. It has made it very clear. It is circumscribed by Article 163. Aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. The governor is a mere puppet, is a mere post office, is a rubber stamp in the constitutional scheme of things.
Those are also, those are words also which are, you don't need to call him a rubber stamp because that is again
in the constitutional scheme of things.
Okay,
in the constitutional scheme of things. Just a moment.
Mr. Rajdeep,
Let me finish.
I want to remind my good friend Saravanan that
we don't let him complete. He did not interfere with you. We don't let him complete.
Yeah. So the problem here is this with this governor. He wants to propagate Sanatana Dharma. Let him propagate. Resign the governor's post. Don't preach us from the pulpit of the governor's office. Resign your post. Join the BJP as a spokesperson, as a RSS, as a Karyakarta. Do your duty. The problem here is this. He thinks if he does the same thing as the vice president, probably he'll get the post as the president of India. That is why, that is how they're showing their loyalty. This is how the RSS is rewarding its true disciples.
Okay,
He's putting a spokes on the wheels of the functioning of the government.
Vinod, the fact is, this is a governor who sat over 20 bills, refused to give them assent for months on end. This is a governor who is refusing to read out the speech that is given by the state government, which across the country is the practice followed. This is a governor who wants the name of the state which he is part of to be changed. Why should such a person be governor if he is going to bat for the BJP? All that the governor seems to be doing at the moment in Tamil Nadu is batting for the BJP, and this is happening in state after state. You are brazenly misusing Raj Bhavan to target opposition-ruled states.
Okay, so before I get to your question, I would like to remind Mr. Saravanan that this is the same governor to whom the current chief minister, when he was the leader of opposition, tore his shirt and went to the governor pleading for mercy. He is the same governor he kept going to asking for different favors. It's the same governor he kept going to and asking for things against the ADMK government when they were in power. So that time they didn't realize he was a rubber stamp. That time they didn't feel he was a postman. The same governor's office, they kept knocking on the door over and over and over again. So today when they are in power, a governor has been pinpointing your mistakes. Today you give a notice being given to him and you ask him to lie in the assembly. He is not willing to lie. You want him to say that the entire fishermen who have been arrested by the Sri Lankan government were released purely by the efforts of the state government, which is not true. Anyone with the basic sense will know the amount of effort the central government, the external affairs ministry has to put to bring back our fishermen, to bring back our Indian fishermen back to our mainland. But then you want the governor to go out and read
you're
a DMK
saying-
manifesto, an ode of praise to the government.
You're saying that the
He is
DMK
not
wants
going
the governor
he's
to
not
be a
obligated to
DMK.
read a word of praise.
Okay,
He-
let's leave it at that. Both
Sir,
of you
you
seem
are
to have very
ignorant.
different
You are
views on the
ignorant
road.
of the
Let's
Constitution, my friend.
duties
Okay.
within the framework where he doesn't have to lie.
Okay, time out. Clearly, at the moment, this is an unseemly war of words taking place in Tamil Nadu. The last thing you want, and it's happening in several states, as I said, where Raj Bhavans are tilting against elected state governments. Remember, when the BJP was in the opposition, they would accuse the Congress of doing that. Now they seem to be even more brazen in misusing Raj Bhavans in the country.